Who do the state of Illinois elected officials really fight for? Is it the Illinois residents or our new replacements, the illegal aliens? Mayor Brandon Johnson, Governor J.B. Pritzker, Attorney General Kwame Raoul goes on television every day demanding housing, protection, and resources for illegal aliens. But when it comes to the people who built this city, the taxpayers, the homeowners, the business owners, the lifelong Chicago families, they turn their back. My family's property was taken illegally. Our rights were violated. We showed the evidence, filed the complaints, and spoke out. Yet the same people who claim to care about justice refuse to even acknowledge what happened. The people who knew and stayed silent: John Roberson, Marlene Hopkins, Mary Richardson-Lowry. All three have held top leadership roles in the Chicago's Department of Buildings. Mary Richardson-Lowry served as Buildings Commissioner from 1998 to 2002 under Richard M. Daley, and now serves as Corporation Counsel under Mayor Brandon Johnson. John Roberson previously served as Building Commissioner and worked as Chief Operating Officer for the City of Chicago and Brandon Johnson. He now serves as the incoming Executive Vice President for the Obama Presidential Center at the Obama Foundation. Marlene Hopkins has worked within the Department of Buildings for over 25 years and became commissioner in 2024. Mayor Rahm Emanuel and also Mayor Richard M. Daley also knew about this demolition. Each of them has been aware of my family's case, the property the city tried to steal, the building my mother invested over $800,000 into to create affordable housing for veterans, and the TIF funding that was deliberately denied because the city planned to take the rest of the land. They already took 6 of the 10 lots, property that once belonged to my godfather, and put a save-a-lot there. For years, anyone who's tried to touch this case has been blocked. City officials, lawyers, judges, all tangled in the same web. The city has spent millions of dollars fighting to keep this case from ever reaching the light of day, paying off attorneys and manipulating the process instead of doing what's right. These details have all been made public. They appear in official city records. And it's very true. The evidence exists, the paper trail exists, and if the city truly believes in transparency, it would do right by our family. Right now, I'm sleeping on my sister's floor. My mother, who is 76 years old, is sleeping on my sister's couch. My mother's housing voucher was taken away after I began confronting the corruption tied to our family's case. My 80-year-old godfather is still trying to keep hope alive, terrified for his safety because he knows exactly how corrupt this system is and how they've stripped him and his brothers of everything they built in this city. While I'm trying to keep my mental stability and stay determined to get my family justice, I'm also building Chicago Flips Red, a movement to help others fight the same corruption and displacement and exploitation this city has been putting together for decades. This didn't start with my family. It started when they tore down the projects, closed the mental health facilities, and left thousands of people to fend for themselves. Those people didn't disappear. They went to the streets, they went to the public transportation systems, and they've been ignored ever since. When it's time to show compassion to those crossing the border, City Hall finds hundreds of millions of dollars. But when it's time to protect Chicago's citizens, families like mine who've lost everything to corruption, we can't get a single call back. I'm not asking for special treatment, I'm asking for equal treatment. Now, we're starting to see familiar faces resurface. Rahm Emanuel is showing his face again. Barack Obama is showing his face again. Governor J.B. Pritzker knows about this case. Attorney General Kwame Raoul knows about his case. Mayor Brandon Johnson knows about this case. Every single one of them has the power and influence to tell the city and the judges to do the right thing, to settle my mother's case, but instead they stay silent. Why? Because Chicago's corruption isn't just about one building or one family. It's about control of the land. The same leaders who look into cameras and say they care about justice or equity have stood by while everyday citizens are pushed off their property, stripped of their assets, and left homeless, all while the city quietly clears land for the next round of politically connected developers. Instead of dealing with that truth, they're trying to shift the narrative, fighting President Donald Trump in the media, making national headlines, and pretending that's where the battle lies. But here's the reality. While they're fighting Trump, they're ignoring the corruption and theft happening right here in Chicago. While they're talking about democracy, they're destroying it on the ground level by silencing, evicting, and displacing their own people. This isn't about left or right, it's about right and wrong. The leadership priorities. Leadership isn't about headlines or hashtags. It's about fairness, accountability, and balance. If this administration can fight for illegal aliens on national television, it can fight for the citizens who live here legally, pay taxes, and have been victims of its own departments. Compassion without accountability isn't compassion at all. It's corruption in disguise. I'm calling on Governor J.B. Pritzker, Attorney Kwame Raoul, Mayor Brandon Johnson, Rahm Emanuel, Barack Obama, Lieutenant Governor Stratton, Mary Richardson-Lowry, Tony Preckwinkle to show the same urgency, compassion, and energy they show for illegal aliens to the citizens of Chicago. Stop ignoring the people who built this city. Start standing up for the ones who live here. Follow the law and still get pushed aside. Chicago deserves fairness. Chicago deserves accountability. And the people deserve leadership who fights for all of us, not just the ones that make headlines. Why should I care about a government shutdown when the city unlawfully demolished my mom's $800,000 investment? Why should I care about a government shutdown when y'all stole my godfather's lots? Why should I care? All because the Dems are trying to give illegal aliens health care. There is a displacement issue in the city of Chicago and the state of Illinois, and it is going untalked about on purpose because this is trying to control our land with the help of the corrupt CHA, with the corrupt HUD in the state of Illinois, and with these corrupt commissioners in each of these departments, the building department, the Department of Planning, procurement, all of these departments that are linked to the TIF money, to the Opportunity Zone money, to the infrastructure money. And this is my fight, and I will continue to fight it. And justice. My mother will get justice. My godfather will get justice. All hands on deck.
You got to be really sick and demented to do this to people.